All right, everybody. Welcome to the What Should Black Men Build series here on the Maximum Overdrive. Quite lately we've been talking about building. Some people don't understand what building is. For some reason, a lot of these young brothers don't understand what building is. They think having a conversation is building. No, building is pretty much getting your hands dirty. It's a physical thing. So we're going to talk about what should black men build tonight on the overdrive. All right, Dan. All right, everybody. What's going on? Welcome to the Maximum Overdrive. Let me get a sound check real quick. Can everybody hear me? If you can hear me, put a one in the chat. Dan, let me know if I'm coming in loud and clear.
Okay.
Is that a yes or a no?
I can hear you. I was just waiting for the chat to respond. Yes, you got. They can hear you.
All right, everybody, welcome to the OverDrive. We're going to talk about building. What should a black man build? This is What Should the Black Man Build series, volume 5. We did a few volumes already. If you want to go back and see what we talked about and see some of the solutions that we had, feel free to do so. Now, one of the things that black men should be focused on building as of right now, well, first of all, you have to understand what building is. Most black men don't know what building is. They think having a conversation with each other about our ancestors or what happened in the past or what happened 50, 60,000 years ago in Egypt, they believe that that's building. That's not building. That's just having a conversation. You have to physically get down and dirty and make something happen if you want to build. You have to make something where there was nothing before. It has to be visible for everyone to see. And it has to be used for something. It has to have a purpose. It has to serve a purpose. For example, if you have people in your neighborhood who need housing, but they don't make much money, you need to build low-income housing for your people. Apartment structures that are affordable. Now, I hear a lot about building, but what I don't hear about is building wealth. We want to build hospitals, we want to build schools and stuff, but we don't have any money to do so. Where are we getting the money from? The government? They don't want to give us money now. Where are we getting the money from? Banks? The white banks? We need money. We need our own wealth. Wealth is having an abundance of something extremely valuable, such as money or land and other material things or other types of resources. So we need to build wealth first and foremost before we can do anything else. The wealth will allow us to do the other things. So how do we start accumulating wealth? Well, one of the best ways to do it is land, acquiring land. Now, you don't have to talk yourself out of actually doing something like most of us do. See, a lot of us are afraid of success. A lot of us are afraid of actually owning something. This is why most black people steer clear of ownership. And one of the reasons why we don't have hardly anything in this country right now. Too many of us are programmed for failure and more comfortable with failing than actually producing something that's going to either produce wealth or get you out of a losing position. Most black folks don't want to be out of a losing position. They are happy with losing. They've gotten used to losing. Losing is comfortable to them. It's unfortunate, but that's where a lot of black people are right now. They are comfortable with losing. And then there are some black people who are absolutely terrified of success. They believe if they try to do something successful, the white man is going to come by and take it from them. The boogeyman, Baba Yaga, John Wick, take your pick. He's going to come by and take it from them. And then the black people who are capable, who might be able to do something, get into these long, lengthy discussions and talk themselves out of doing something. So that leaves a very small, minute number, a very finite number of black people who have the means to do something. Now, understand something. As long as you have a job where you have an income coming in, you are in the game. You are in the real estate game. You see, the problem with us, we put our faith too much in other people. Faulty leaders we look up to because they sound good, they can articulate, or they got some education behind them, and we think they know what they're talking about. We think that we should follow everything that they say. And we get caught up in that. But all they do is talk you out of doing something as well. And they talk you into putting money in their pocket because that's what they want you to do. They come up with these impossible scenarios that take years and years and years to develop, if they develop at all. By that time, you will become discouraged and give up the fight. What they don't teach you is how to build from where you are, how to start with what you have. You hardly hear anyone talking about. You don't hear anyone talking about that. You know why? Because that will tell the poor how to get out of poverty. That would teach the poor how to get out of poverty. You see, if they teach you how to work what you have, then there's a good chance that you will get out of poverty and they won't be able to take advantage of you. See, as long as you're in poverty and you're fighting, you're scrapping, you're scraping, they have a psychological advantage over you. They can come in and sell you, a drowning man or a woman, a rock because you're drowning. They can come in and sell you a rock or a boulder. And you will believe that that rock or that boulder will save your life. But if you know or learn how to work what you have to get what you need, then it's a whole different story. They can't come in and sell you a rock. They can't come in and sell you something that's going to be to your detriment and to their financial gain. So one of the things of the Builder series here is to teach Black people how to get on board with what they have. Even if you have pennies, even if you have pennies, you're not out of the game. It's all about discipline. It's all about focus. It's not about you have to go and win the lottery or you have to save up you have to go and borrow thousands and thousands of dollars. It's about discipline. It's about focus. The difference between you and rich people or wealthy people is focus and mental discipline. We talked about millionaires that don't look like they millionaires. They drive beat up jalopies, wear regular clothes because they have mental discipline. Okay? That is the difference between you and a lot of rich millionaires and billionaires. I know a couple of millionaires, and I only know one billionaire, and they are extremely focused people. They don't let anything get in their way. They're focused. They stay transfixed on their goal until they accomplish it. And if something don't go right, they cut their losses quickly. They don't linger around. You can do the same thing. So, how do we build wealth? Let's start with property. So, how are we going to acquire property? Now, the wrong thing you can do is talk yourself out of the game. Like, man, Black people ain't going to get together and do nothing, man. I can't get 2 and 3 people together to do nothing. Okay, then start without those 2 or 3 people. Start with yourself. If you have a job, you're in the game. Now, if you're going to be on your job 10, 15 years, go for it. May as well put some money to the side for 10 or 15 years. Because at the end of the 10 or 15 years, you have a nice little sack there of money that you can go and invest in. There's no such thing as a deadbeat job when you have a plan. See, most of us go to our jobs and we say, well, damn, I got to get up and go on this plantation. I'm hurting. I'm sick. I can't stand this job. I hate it. I hate Peter in accounting. I hate Larry. He's always stealing hours. He never gets caught. I hate my manager. I hate my boss. We all go through that, right? But you see, that's a person that goes to work with no plan. A person who goes to work just for the sake of working. A person that goes to work just for the sake of giving their money away, like paying bills, paying rent, paying mortgage, paying car notes. That's why you feel that way. You don't have a plan. See, if you had a plan, you would be eager to go to work. You couldn't wait to get to work if you had a plan. So, hold on one second, y'all. Let me get through this. Sorry about the distraction, but I'm driving. So, have a plan. Now, if you work at a warehouse, right? Let's say you work at a warehouse, you make $10 an hour. So you say you're making 600, 700 a week. Okay, after taxes. All right, good. You want to try to save 100 of that every week. At least 100. Minimum 50. Now, if you can only do 25, do 25. Do whatever you can until you get up to the minimum. The minimum is 50. But if you fall below the minimum, say whatever you can until you're able to get up to work your way up to saving at least the minimum. And then aim high, right? Start getting things out of your life that's taking up your money. Stop doing certain things and add to the money that you're putting aside. Remember, I told you, mental discipline, focus. That's the difference between you, millionaires, and billionaires. They are mentally disciplined. They will save that money that I'm telling you about. They will save that $25 a week, and they will cut things that will allow them to save more because they want something in life. You have to be the same way. Go to work with a plan. Okay, wake up tomorrow. Before you go to bed tonight, sit at your computer and work out a plan. Say you want to get a house. You want to own an income property like a two-family house or a duplex to where you can have somebody move into it and they pay rent and you get profits off the rent. Okay, say you want to have an income dwelling. Okay, say that income dwelling is 65,000. You need 20,000, no, 15,000 down or 5,000 down, and you're in business. You don't have 5,000, but you make 800 a week. If you make 800 a week, you got $5,000. See, that's the way you got to look at it. Don't look at it as you don't have. If you have a job, you have it. That's the way you have to start thinking. See, you making $800, $900 a week, you have $5,000 down payment. So now, what do you need? You need the mental discipline and you need the focus, and throw in a little bit of patience. So, how long is it going to take you to put money to the side to save about that $5,000 for that down payment? Calculate it. Okay, how much money can you save out of $800? Calculate all your bills. 800 was that 16? That's $3,200 a month. How much of that can you put to the side? That's your goal, right? That's your goal. That's your new focus. Whatever that number is, that's your new focus. That is your plan. Put that plan into action and watch how you wake up the next morning ready to go to work. You're going to feel good about going to work. Why? Because you have a plan. You're not just going to work to throw away money. You're not just going to work to pay bills. You're going to work to improve your situation. You're going to work to become a property owner. And you have a goal. Discipline your mind, set your focus, and add in some patience and make it happen. Whatever you can accumulate, set a minimum. Make sure you set a minimum, because even if you can't make your own minimum, keep putting money to the side anyway. $10, $5. Keep it going until you can clear some things out to where you can at least make your minimum every week. Of course, you want to do more because you want to get to this goal as quickly as possible. So now you become a landowner, right? You got the $5,000. Guess what? Now you're a property owner. You got tenants. You're making money. Now you want to do it all over again. So you got two properties. Eventually, the goal is to become wealthy.
Max. Yeah. The goal is to become wealthy. Yeah. when he says eliminate anything, money that's being thrown away, what habits do you have that your money is going to? Change up some things, instead of buying lunch, make your lunch, uh, instead of buying coffee, make your coffee. The big habit and money drainer that I've seen is habits like cigarette habits. That that is the biggest drain of money that I've seen. What smoke cigarettes, cigars, whatever it is, that's usually the biggest drainer. Uh-huh. I don't know how much cigarettes cost. I know some East Coast is higher than down south here, but I think it's what, like up to $7. Yeah, $7 or something a pack. You know, yeah, that's $7 that you could be saving. Let's see what else. Thinking of. Ooh, okay, yeah. So I have to cut things here and there. Um, yeah, and put that money away towards the savings to your plan to be a property owner. Let's see what else, what else, what else. Yeah, and when you got a goal in mind, you don't let that petty stuff that goes on at work affect you. It's like you're not letting nobody come between you and your money. You ain't getting caught up in the politics or the petty or the arguments or who's talking about who and who's doing what. No, that's a distraction, and you get caught up because you got a goal.
Sorry about that.
Hmm.
I got knocked off.
Okay.
Um, what's the last thing you guys heard?
Um, last thing we heard was um your minimum. Having a minimum. Oh, and no. Once you got your first property, you want to do it the same thing again for your second property.
All right, okay, so let me pick up from there. So once you got your first property, you want to wash, rinse, and repeat. Now here's the problem. Most black folks fail to accumulate wealth because when they get their first piece of property, when they get a little bit of money in their pocket, they don't want to go to work anymore. They think that they've arrived and that they don't have to work for anybody anymore. So they start tailoring off at the job, getting ready to quit. That's a big mistake. You still need that job. You're not home free yet. I know a billionaire named Rob Lowe that I used to work for. He owns Prime Inc., New Prime Inc. I used to talk to him a lot when I used to go over there to the Millennium Building. He is a billionaire, people, and he comes to work every day. He's an older guy, and he comes to work every day. So what makes you think because you bought your first piece of property, you shouldn't go to work? No, you need that job for as long as possible. You haven't arrived yet. This is where you need to exercise mental discipline and focus. Remember, set your minimum. Always work towards your minimum. If you're below your minimum, then keep throwing stuff in that account until you're able to free up some money to make your minimum and beyond. Focus, discipline, mental discipline, patience. It's the difference between you, a billionaire, and a millionaire. That is the difference between you and Ross Perot, Ted Turner, Byron Allen, Michael Jordan. Well, no, well, Michael Jordan. But that's the difference. Now, your minimum, okay, now, land. We want to acquire land. Don't wait on Negroes. Once you start doing things, you will attract the right kind of Negroes. Don't waste your time having conversations in Starbucks or on your porch or on the phone with Negroes that are too afraid to do something. Stop wasting, stop. Matter of fact, start flushing your psyche like you flush a toilet bowl. All of the stuff that's in your psyche that you can't use, flush it down the drain. As far as talking to black people who have a defeatist attitude, flush it down the drain. Talking to black folks who want to get other black folks involved instead of work with you, flush it down the drain. You don't have time for black folks who don't want to do anything. You're looking for like-minded black folks who are about that action. Now, let's talk about that deadbeat job, that dead-end job. There's no such thing as a dead-end job if you have a plan. Remember, we go to work every day miserable because we have the wrong focus. We don't have a plan. That's why many of us go to work sick, because all we're doing is we just want to pay bills. And we're sick of giving our money away. But if we don't pay bills, we get put on the street, right? And then we're miserable because we don't want to work. Well, we're miserable and we're unenthused as far as working because we don't have a plan. What's your plan? Like I said, go to bed tonight or sit down tonight before you go to bed and work out a plan. Say, hey, you know what? I want to be in my own home in a year. How am I going to get there? One, you need a down payment. That's one way you're going to get there. $5,000 down payment. What did I say about that? If you have a job, you got that $5,000 down payment. Hold on one second.
Yeah. So you have a plan and you have a goal in your sight. I never thought about it, that people going to work sick because they don't have a plan. They trying to pay their bills, and they sick of the job because they have no goal. To them, a job is to pay the bills. Yeah. Let's see. I teach my little ones the 5 jar money system and financial language. They're 10 and 11 years old. Okay. I'm trying to remember all. I don't remember all the things with the 5 jar system, but teach them how to um, have a purpose with their money, uh, save to for something. Let me see if I remember it all. Um, a jar for tide, a jar to save for something you want to get in the future. Um, a jar for for um for giving, and I'm trying to remember it all. But yeah, it sounds like good. Uh, Teach them the patience and saving up to get what they want. A lot of kids are at the gimme, gimme, gimme. They they don't understand saving to get what you want. And if they want it faster, that
Okay, I'm
means they're
back.
gonna hustle to get it. Hey,
Hello?
hey, good to have you back.
Yeah, so where was I? Yes, like I said, if you need a $5,000 payments for a home, As long as you have a job, you have that $5,000 payment. You just have to create it. You have to start getting into that mode of thinking. Remember, those who are miserable go to work. Those who go to work and who are miserable at work are those who don't have a plan. If you're miserable at your job and you hate your job, it's because you don't have a plan. If you had a plan, you would love your job and you would use your job to improve your situation. Many of us are in bad situations because simply we just don't know what to do. And the people who are leaders who tell you that they have all this education and they have all this expertise don't tell you what to do. They don't teach you what to do. What they teach you is how to purchase products that they sell that don't help you. They give you some vague information where you have to turn into some kind of explorer to find the information, and the information doesn't work. You're either being scammed or the information just flat out don't work. And they've made money off you. The people who are on top don't tell the people on the bottom anything. Never believe people who stand on the top. Never believe that they're going to tell you the truth, because you are their resource. You are their resource. They make money off of you. If I coming through loud and clear?
Drop off for a second, but you coming in loud and clear now.
Yes, like I was saying, people on top are never going to tell you the truth. Okay? Because they make money off of you. All they're going to do is sell you a dream and have you chase the dream that's going to put money in their pocket. You need to learn what to do in the situation that you're in right now. Even if you make a minimum amount of money a week, there is still something you can do to improve your situation. You just need to know how. And that's what they keep from you. They keep the how from you. Okay? Well, I'm going to start showing you how you can get out of your situation. For one, first thing you want to do, and if you can poo-poo this all you want, but it works, I'm telling you. I know a lot of millionaires who use this method. Even Rob Lowe, the billionaire, have a plan. Before Rob Lowe became a billionaire, he was a truck driver. He was broke. He drove a truck cross country. Let me say that one more time. Before he became a billionaire, he drove a truck. He was a truck driver. And he was broke. He ended up with a decent job. He realized he was making some money as a truck driver. He hated driving trucks until he realized he needed a plan. Once he got a plan, he fell in love with driving trucks. So much that he has one of the largest trucking companies in the entire United States. See? Go to work with a plan. You go to work with a plan, you will love going to work, because that plan is going to improve your future. That plan is going to change your situation. Don't take my word for it. Try it. Before you go to bed tonight, work out a plan and be realistic, okay? Don't stack donuts on top of each other. Don't stack dominoes on top of each other, and then once one fall, they all fall. Don't do that. Don't invoke impossibilities, right, and talk yourself out of stuff. Be realistic about your plan. You don't have to eat the whole pie at once. Slice by slice. Be realistic about your plan. What's your first plan? Hey, okay, you know what? I want to pay my car off. I don't want to pay a car note no more. How am I going to do that? Plan it out. There's one of the ways you can pay your car faster, right? By paying more every month to the point where they send you notices in the mail saying no payment due. Once you get that no payment due, pay anyway, because then the interest will start to work in the reverse. The interest will start to actually pay off the car. See, they don't tell you that. They don't tell Negroes a lot of things. I've seen Jews do things with money that they ought to be in jail for. They keep information away from Negroes. But there are things you can do to pay off your car. Have a plan. Hey, listen. Wanting to have your house filled with groceries in the next week is fine, but that's not a plan. When I say plan, something that's going to continue to work for you, something that's going to grow for you and continue to improve you. Something like putting your money in a Roth IA or something like that, IRA or something like that, right? Where it's working for you, it's growing for you. See, we have to stop being symbolic. We have to stop being shit talkers. We're shit talkers and we love to hear people talk shit, right? We love to sit there and talk about something. Yeah, you know, I'm at this big, I got to overlook this account at this big bank. My bank did this, my bank did that. I got myself an IRA, you know that. We love talking shit. Don't even know what it means, but we love talking shit. We got to cut that out. We have to start becoming more of a quality type people. Talk less and more quality, right? So have yourself a plan, a solid plan. You want to own your own home within a year. That is extremely possible. See, some of you, like, you eat more than your belly can handle. Okay? You got to stop doing that. Start out with a small house. That ain't nobody's business but yours. Start with a small, affordable house. You can always work your way up to a mansion. Remember, we talked about focus and discipline. And patience is the reason or the differences between you and millionaires. You have any idea how focused Mark Cuban is? These people are focused. These people have mental discipline. They have patience. They will wait you out. They will put money down now and wait to get paid 2 years later. You got to have the same kind of focus. You got to have the same kind of patience. You got to have the same kind of drive, the same kind of mental discipline. Get you a small 1-bedroom house today. And get the mansion tomorrow. Now, for some of you who actually believe I mean the next day, no. I'm talking about in the future, when you're able to. Get that small house. What business is it? What business is it of someone else? Get yourself on board. Get yourself going. How much for that small house? It's $50,000, $55,000, depending on where you're living. All right. Again, there's that $5,000 payment. Do you have it? Yes, you do. Why? Because you have a job. If you have a job, you can create it. Never say you don't have money when you have a job. All it takes is a little bit of focus, a little bit of discipline, and you got it. You got that down payment for that house. And then flip the house. You ain't got to keep it. Flip it. Get the equity out of it. Make money off of it. Work your way up to the income property. See, I like income properties. I don't like just single family dwellings. I like income properties. I like somebody paying the mortgage for me. Okay? Now, we got to build wealth. We need property. We need land. That's going to help us build wealth. You own an abundance of land and an abundance of property, and you write your ticket in this country. I don't give a damn about racism. Racism won't be able to stop you. You think anybody stops Michael Jordan? No. White people don't stop him. Michael Jordan does whatever he wants. LeBron James does whatever he wants. He got money. These people got money. You become wealthy, you own land and property, you can write your own ticket in this country. You can influence politics. So, wealth, land. Also, start listening to Dr. Claude Anderson. That powernomics is no joke. It's sad that we don't, a lot of black people would rather listen to Kevin Samuels than Dr. Claude Anderson. That's a damn shame. That's a crying shame. And we should be embarrassed. Dr. Claude Anderson is one of the greatest minds of our time. And the fact that a punk like Kevin Samuels gets more, play and popularity than him, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for us. But anyway, what should black men build? Wealth. Wealth. Now, another way to accumulate wealth. Now, we talked about property. We talked about having a plan to go to work. Remember, don't take my word for it. Okay? I'm telling you things that I already applied to my own life that I know work. I'm sharing with you what I have. See, when you care about somebody, you want for them what you would have for yourself. So the things that I'm talking about help me in my life, help me get where I'm at. And I know that they work. So now I'm sharing them with you. When I go to work every day, I'm cool, I'm happy. Because I got a plan. I plan on being stupid rich in the next 2 years. And when I do hit that mark and become a millionaire, I'm going to come on here and tell y'all I'm a millionaire. Not bragging, I'm just going to tell you that I accomplished my goal by telling you what I'm telling you today. Have a plan. Use your job as a tool to improve your life. Use your job as a stepping stool to get the things you need to improve your life. Have a plan when you go to work. And you will love going to work. You will enjoy. You won't be able to get to work fast enough. When Rob Lowe had a plan, you couldn't even get him out of the truck. He didn't even want to come home. He wanted to make all the money he could because he had a plan to own his own company. Man worked 7 days a week, stayed in his truck, didn't even go home because he had a plan. So, hold on one second, y'all.
All right. Man driving, working as he's talking to y'all. Yeah, take notes. You know how many of us wish we were taught a lot of this while we were younger and while we was thinking about it, or we taught one or two of the things, but not all of it, you know? Yeah, yeah. So, And so we have learning how to be patient. Got to get everything all at once, or we see the whole big elephant and we're thinking how are we going to eat that elephant instead of thinking in terms of small bites at a time. And so we get discouraged and we never think of taking the small steps. We never, choose to eliminate things that's our money is being thrown away at. And our children never learn. I'm glad you getting them while they're young. Uh-huh. Yeah. They're gonna learn to to save or earn the money for what they want. Right now they're kids, so of course they can want the fun stuff. But kids, you'd be surprised after they work hard to earn that. Um, they don't want to throw all that money or all hard work they had to get that to get it. Some of them, um, well, they usually find out as teenagers when they transitioning from teen to young adults. It's like, I don't need that name brand shoes. Throw $200 at some tennis shoes that might not last past the next year. No, 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 no. And less of them coming to you about gimme. It'd be like, oh, okay, you got to work for it.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Yes, like I was saying, even housewives, if you got a plan, have a plan. This is the real information that they don't want you. And understand something. People are going to try to distract you from this information. They're going to bring up things that going to appeal to your hunger for drama. Okay? If you want to improve your life, learn how to ignore such distractions because that's the only thing that they're here for. Again, we talked about mental discipline, right? Start developing mental discipline. Okay? Stop flushing your psyche of things that are going to distract you and keep you from achieving your goal, to keep you from working your plan. You don't need other Negroes. All you need is yourself and the belief in yourself. That's all you need. Other Negroes will come later. As of right now, all you need is the belief in yourself, some patience, some mental discipline, and some focus. And you can do this with what you have. You don't need to borrow any money from a bank. You don't have to listen to some overblown ex college professor who was doing nothing but selling you a bunch of dreams and smoke. You don't need to buy a pamphlet from someone. You can do this yourself. You can be your own bank. As long as you have a job, you can do these things yourself. Learn to become self-efficient. That's what the beginning of this is, becoming self-efficient. Okay? Strength is the key. So, we covered land, property. What's the next thing we can do to accumulate wealth? Well, bake cupcakes. Dan, come in here.
Cupcakes.
Yeah, cupcakes.
Okay. Okay. You're gonna have to make the connection for me. Cup.
Cupcakes. What is it that you can do very well?
Um.
Take what you can do very well, right?
Uh-huh.
and have a plan to make money off of it.
Oh, okay.
If you can bake cupcakes, find a market for those cupcakes. Ask around, hey, go places where they have a lot of kids. Set up, bake some cupcakes from scratch. Go places where they have a lot of kids. Set up a table. Sell your cupcakes. The kids are gonna run and tell their mom, "Oh, you selling cupcakes for $1 or 75 cents? Mom, can I have some?" They're gonna run and aggravate their parents until their parents buy those cupcakes. If all you can do is cook, find a way to make money off of your cooking. I know people who sell dinners. They make the dinners in their home, they wrap them up, and they sell them. $12, $13 a plate. Be ambitious with what you have. You already got the means. All you need is to want to. If you can build chairs, very well. Start selling those chairs. Start accumulating resources, financial resources. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to build wealth out of building chairs, but you can. If you build a furniture empire, like the Bassett's did. So, work with what you have. You can start. Don't ever let anybody tell you that you're out of the game. You are very much into the game with whatever you have.
Mm-hmm.
Learn to rely on your own abilities. Okay? Have some faith in yourself. All you need is some belief in yourself and someone to. That's all you need. Belief in yourself. That's all you need. That's why people tell you, people try to take that belief from you. They tell you not to hope. They tell you not to believe because they know what that can do to a person's psyche. They know that that can drive you forward. They don't want you driven forward. They want you laying down, rolling over, belly up, so they can continue to scam money off of you. That's what they want from you. So today we're talking on the What Should Black Men Build series, Volume 5, Wealth. Acquire land. Go look at properties. Start looking at properties. Start looking at land. Acres. How much does it cost? Find one that you believe is in your wheelhouse. And do what? Set up a what? A plan. A plan to get it. Say that land is, I don't know, say it's $20,000. And for you to hold it, you need $5,000 down. You got $5,000? As long as you have a job, what? Yes, you do. Sit down, write down a plan to acquire that land. And you got this thing beat. Wash, rinse, and repeat. You need a plan. That's all you need. And you need the discipline and the focus to carry out that plan and the belief in yourself. And you can carry out that plan easily. I always tell people, I ask people, well, how long you been on your job? Oh, I've been working for 25 years. How much money have you saved? Well, I saved a few $1,000s, but you see, the bills are always this, and that, this, and that. A lot of people have been on their job 25 years and don't have anything to show for it. Imagine if you was on your job 25 years and you saved $100 a week. I know people. I know a person who saved $50,000 in pennies. You know the kind of focus you got to have to save $50,000 in pennies. This person was determined. So we need land. We need property. Before we do anything else in this country, we need wealth. We own one half or 1% of the wealth in this country. That's not going to get anything done. We won't get anything done. Build what? With what? How are you building with nothing? You have no money for tools. You have no resources. You have no materials. You have no land. What are you building? You have nothing to build anything with because you have no wealth. So the first thing, what black men should build in this volume here is wealth. I say black, the black woman. So I like to think that we are one. We need to build wealth. Forget about opening up, turn home into a school. First of all, you're crazy as hell sending your kids to a farm school anyway. Okay, that's number one. When I say foreign school, I don't mean an Asian school. I'm talking about a school where the people who teach your children are non-black. You're crazy to send your kids to that school anyway. But anyway, no, we don't need to build banks. You see, when you engage in conversation like that, then we're talking about impossibilities. We're talking about something that's not sustainable. You're talking about something that's going to take a Herculean effort to maintain. We already went through that, right? Buy back the block that fell by the wayside. You see, when you ask a lot of people to do something all at once, it doesn't last. People lose their focus. You know why? Because that's all you ask them to do. Once they do it, now they're looking for step two. There is no step two. So they lose interest. But you see, with a plan, you're implementing your plan. And when you're done with your first plan, you can create another plan. And you can keep creating plans until you become wealthy. And then you can plan on how you want to spend your money. You can plan on how you want to enjoy your wealth. Dave, is there something you want to say?
Well, I was earlier when you had dropped off was talking about
right, but you interrupted me while I'm doing.
Oh, okay. I didn't mean to.
With the mute. Anyway, and so when you got a plan, once you done with your plan, then you start another plan. When you saw that your first plan worked, now it's time for phase two. Step it up. Next plan, and then the next plan. As long as you keep throwing your plans in and they're working, you are improving, you're getting better, and so is your life. And you're taking care of business. And you see, it is easy for you to maintain because you're working one plan at a time. When someone says, well, black people need to put themselves in black banks, some people did it, but then it died down. So, well, we need to own black banks. Well, we have a couple of them. Problem is, people, we don't have any wealth. You may as well be nothing in this country without wealth. And trust me, we get treated like we have nothing. We get treated like we have no wealth. Like Ice Cube said, they treat you a little bit better when you have money. we need to accumulate wealth. Land, property. Those should be our priorities. Don't matter what order. You can get the land first, you get the property second. I don't care. You can get the property, you can get the land. You get the property and then buy the land and so on, however you want to do it. Land and property, property and land. That is our focus to accumulating wealth in this country. Okay, Dan, come on in here.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
Uh-huh. Oh, yes. I was talking earlier when you had dropped off, or at least that's the appearance I got that you had dropped off. We're talking about things that hemorrhage your money, usually habits like cigarettes. And Kawan said, I swear poor nutrition is a way to hemorrhage money too. And
Well, but you see, but you see, wait a minute. You see, this is what I mean by flushing things in your psyche.
uh-huh.
You listen. You start your plan first. Like I
Hmm.
said, if you can't make your minimum, put whatever you can until you can make your minimum. Get your plan going first. Start putting what you see. Once you start putting money away, right,
Hmm.
it helps you get rid of things a lot easier. Don't
Okay.
put the cart before the horse. Don't start talking about things that you're struggling to stop
Okay.
because it's going to knock your focus down and going to stop you from setting a bare minimum and creating a plan because you're going to become discouraged
Okay.
because there's something that you feel is a detriment to you and you can't stop doing it, like
Uh,
smoking or eating bad foods or eating too much fast foods that's taking up your money. Well, right now you feel it's a problem and that you can't stop it right now, right? Well, if you take that kind of mentality into your plan, you will fail at your plan as well.
hmm.
That's why I said, don't let anything stop you. I don't care if you're eating fast food. I don't care if you're smoking cigarettes.
Okay.
We can deal with that stuff later.
Uh,
Right now, get the money going into the bank or to the side. I recommend you save your money in your house until you get a certain amount you want to put in the bank.
mhm.
Okay? But get the money, start saving it, start putting the money to the side first for a month or two, then come back and take a look at it. You see it's working its way up, then it's easier. Once you see the money building up, then it's easier for you to get rid of things because now you're becoming more focused. You see the money now. Now you're believing that this thing could work. And so this helps you stop spending money on fast food.
Mhm.
Like, nah, I mean, you know what? Instead of buying this quarter pounder of cheese meal, I could put this in my shoebox.
Okay. Yeah.
And and put it towards my owning my first piece of land bill. Get a shoebox or something big enough where you can put money in and put a note on it that says this is for my land or my first piece of property, right? Throw that money in there. And don't let nobody stop you. Don't listen to nobody gonna tell you, well, yeah, but that takes a long time. Fuck them. You keep doing what you do. Keep putting your money away. Keep putting
Mhm.
your money in that shoebox that's titled my first property or my first piece of land. What is that, Dane?
Yes. Hmm. I
What?
got you. Huh?
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead,
Uh,
Dane.
okay. The person, she said, I got you. Don't beat ourselves up. New money mindset comes first.
That's right. Don't let nothing stop you from focusing on carrying out your plan. The hell with McDonald's French fries and all that. I don't give a damn if you eating McDonald's or not. Don't let it stop you. Don't let it break your focus. Once you start accumulating money and you see that money growing, then you're going to become a little bit greedy. Hey, you know what? I can save more if I stop eating, if I don't go and get that Happy Meal, or if I don't go get that burger. You know what? Maybe I don't need that burger. Let me put this money over here in my building fund. Because now you see it accumulating. Now you start to believe that it can work because it can work. Now you're getting eager. You want to see it work. So that's going to give you the mental discipline and the strength to stop doing things that are a detriment to you financially. Yeah, dang.
Okay. She says she's teaching her little ones the 5 jar money system and financial language. They're 10 and 11. And I think it's good that she's teaching them young because they will already they'll be developing that mindset already. You know.
Right. You know what? It's good to teach them the financial language and stuff like that, but also teach them how to save it. Teach them how to accumulate. That's very important because if they don't have it or don't know how to obtain it, then all of the language in the world won't help. See, the problem with a lot of us black folks, we don't teach ourselves the things that count. We talk too much about stuff that's outside of our wheelhouse that we don't have. We want to keep up with the Joneses. We want to look cool. We want to sound like we own the world and we don't. We make fun of people who are ridiculously rich. Do you know that? Do you know that most black people make fun of people who are ridiculously rich, people who can buy and sell you 50,000 times over? Dame?
No, I didn't. I
Yeah.
didn't. Uh-uh.
How many times have we made fun of Hindu Indians or Arabs who dress funny, or
Oh.
people who look wild and shit? Motherfucker got on a tight ass shirt, some high water Swedish knits, no socks, rusty ankles, and a pair of penny loafers, and some kind of stupid haircut, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're laughing at this motherfucker. Meantime, this motherfucker owned 70 goddamn gas stations.
Dang. Mm.
And got a wad and got a wad of money in his pocket that'll choke a horse to death.
Mm. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
Uh-huh.
you gotta be careful who you making fun of. See, other races of people don't see life the way we see it. A lot of them have a very simplistic approach to life. Like a Hindu. Most Hindus aren't stylish people. They just want to wear a pair of pants, a shirt, some shoes, some socks, and get a haircut. That's it. They don't care what it look like.
Mm-hmm.
They really don't. To them,
No.
it's just a pair of pants. That's why a lot of them look jacked up. They're walking around here with some high school pants on, looking crazy. But to them, it's just a pair of pants. But when it comes down to that money, you can't fuck with them. They know that money game,
Mm-hmm.
and they know how to accumulate money, and they always got a plan. They set up several plans at once and work them all. They own hotels, motels, 7-Elevens, gas stations, and we're laughing at these motherfuckers. They look jacked up in their sartorial expression.
Uh-huh.
They don't give a damn about what you think about their sartorial ways. They could care less. Do you have the money to fuck with them though? No. You fucking around laughing at this motherfucker who looked sartorially confused, they motherfucker pull out a goddamn black card on your ass. Now what? Who's laughing now? He look crazy as hell. Buying clothes from the thrift shop and shit. Look like he just woke up off the goddamn sidewalk. And you cracking on him, making him call them all kinds of names. Motherfucker pull out a black card, your ass is quiet. Now what? What's funny now? Be the person who has the black card. Now, granted, I mean, I don't want to walk around here looking crazy, but you know, black people we're naturally blessed. We probably wouldn't walk around with high water. Well, I don't know. I've seen some niggas with some high water pants on looking crazy as fuck. But anyway, but my thing is that have a plan. If you don't take anything away from this podcast today, I want you to take away with getting a plan together. Try it tonight. Sit back, look at your situation. You got new information now. As long as you have a job, you can obtain things. You can use your job now to get things to improve your situation. Set a plan. Look at your life. Look at the things you want. Take it one step at a time and be realistic about creating your first plan. And watch how you go to work the next. Once you create your plan, watch how you go the next day to work focused and with a smile on your face. Can't wait to get to work. All of a sudden, that miserable job becomes vital. Before you didn't give a damn coming in on time. Plan going.
Iborg Max.
Am I still bugging?
Max. Okay, you clear now.
Am I still bugging? No.
No, you're not borging now.
Okay, so like I was saying, right? Before you had a plan, yeah, you came in late and didn't give a damn. Once you get that plan, boy, you there before everybody else, trying to get the Employee of the Month award, trying to get that bonus because you got a plan. And people who know you gonna think you crazy. Say, hey man, why you flying around all of a sudden? You was trying to sleep, found somewhere to sleep yesterday. Why you flying around here? All of a sudden. I thought we was gonna sleep today in the break room. No, you trying to get in some extra hours? They're gonna think you crazy. Hey man, what that got into you? You flying around here with all this energy because you got a plan. Damn.
Yes.
I got to reboot. I'll be right back.
All right. I always arrive 30 before my shift start. Yeah, that's good. And then as they see you be more reliable, they start giving you the overtime. hmm Yeah, yeah. I've seen that where uh, guys that used to be the sleeper, now they become the employee of the month because they motivated. They got plans, and they're not letting anything come between them and their money. I take about 14 days to count $1 million by the second. Takes over 30 years to count $1 billion. Oh, oh, okay. And okay, so Don't let stuff get in your head. Make out a plan, get started. Um, Start small if necessary. Hey,
Okay, I'm back. Hello?
hey, I can hear you.
Yeah, and so, yeah, and we're going to do a show, y'all, probably in another 2 weeks or so. The next time we do the Builder series, which is Black Men Build, the next volume 6 is going to be about creating a plan. We're going to show you examples on how to create a plan, how to create a plan from scratch. As a matter of fact, if you want live, you can come up here, tell us what the situation is, and I'll create a plan right in front of you in real time with what you have. I'm not saying come up here and give out your personal information. Just say, hey, look, I got a few dollars. I make, good money. I want to do this. Okay. I want to own a hotel. All right. First thing we want to do is find out when you want to own that hotel. What's the time frame you're looking at? You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna ask you how much money you make, but I'm gonna ask you how much money you can put away. We're gonna we're gonna hook up a plan right there in real time. Okay? We're gonna build plans from scratch. All right. So if you need a plan, you know that show will be the show for you. You can come up. You can learn how to put the plan together, or I'll make a plan for you with what you have. Okay, I don't give a damn if all you got is a bag full of pennies, but as long as you can keep getting pennies, we'll make a plan out of that. It'll be a multiple step plan, but we'll make a plan out of that. Remember what I said. As long as you have income, you're never out of the game. You are always in the game. This is what they don't want you to know. They want to keep your mind impoverished because they make money off of you. They don't want to tell you how to get ahead with what you have. They're afraid to tell you that because that will mess with their money. They won't be able to sell you a rock while you drown it if you knew how to work with what you have and make what you have work for you. You don't need a bank. You have a job. Your job is your resource. Your job is your bank. Your job is your resource, your financial resource. Your home is your bank. You are your bank. Start looking at your job differently now that you have new information. Start looking at your job as a tool to create your future, a financially free future, a future that will make you a wealthy person, a landowner, property owner. Okay? We're going to get rid of all that. Man, I hate going to work. I can't stand my job. I hate my boss. Once you got a plan, you going to work, you don't give a fuck about the boss. He can be an asshole long as he's signing them checks. That's all you there for. Matter of fact, you don't even want to talk. Matter of fact, don't even answer your real name no more. Only answer to the word check. Motherfucker call you, hey, Beverly. That ain't my name no more. What's your name? My name is Check. Call me Check. That's all you care about. That check. You understand? Once you get a plan, that check is where it's at. You don't give a damn about who's an asshole, who's sleeping on the job. You ain't got nothing to do with none of that. You could care less. Don't even speak English no more. Speak Czech. What's going on in the chat, Dan?
Okay. Um. All right. Right now, Kawan said that $1 million just ain't what it used to be. Aim higher. It can't hurt.
No, 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 no. You see, again, don't do that. Don't talk like that. What if you aim high and miss? Then what you're gonna do when you fall back down on your face? I'm gonna tell you what most people will do. They give up. Okay? That's defeatist programming. Get that out of your head. That's going to help you fail. Don't aim high. Just aim. That's all I need you to do. Aim and hit what comes in your crosshairs. That's all I want you to do. Don't aim high. Don't aim low. Don't aim to the side. Just aim straight. And hit what comes into your crosshairs. Hit what comes into focus. Don't outdo yourself. See, we've been taught to think above our abilities. That's why we don't get nothing done. We set the bar too high and we can't meet it and we get discouraged and we don't do anything. No, don't aim high. Just aim and blow away whatever comes into your focus. Trust me, you'll get much further that way than aiming over your head. Aim and blow away whatever comes into focus. Whatever you can see, boom. Aim straight. Whatever gets in your way, shoot it. What else going on in the chat, Dan?
100% clapping. Let's see. Before the $1 million thing, it takes about 14 days to count $1 million by the second. It takes over 30 years to count a billion. I don't know where that came from.
Wait a minute, what?
It takes 14 days to count $1 million by the second. It takes over 30 years to count a billion. I don't get it.
What does that even mean?
Mm.
Who said that?
Kawan.
Yeah,
I'm
come on,
hoping I
explain yourself.
pronounced it.
What does that even mean?
I don't know what she. Okay, we wait and see. Spawn. Oh. Um. Okay. She goes. That's my point.
What's the point? And what point is that? Hello?
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for her to respond.
Yeah, what point is that? I don't get it. All right, anyway.
Anyway, let's see.
Good.
Hassan was saying he right when you was talking about that, all that other stuff at the job don't be as important to you anymore. It's like always, he always arrived 30 minutes before his shift starts.
That's right. You got a plan, Hassan? See, they want to tell you, and they want you to believe that you don't have any money. You have money. You have a job. As long as you have a job, you get a paycheck, you got money. You just got to know how to use that money. You just got to have the right kind of mentality about having a job. That's the only difference. See, if you're just looking at a job as a way to pay bills, then you're never going to get out of the rut that you're in. You're going to continue to pay bills. You're going to continue to rob Peter to pay Paul. You're going to continue to live paycheck to paycheck because you don't have the right kind of mentality about your job. You're not treating it as a precious financial resource that you can do things with. Once you adopt that mentality, then your job will become extremely valuable to you. Why do you think white people are so afraid of losing their job? White people are scared to death to lose their job because they know how to use their job to accumulate wealth and to accumulate the finer things in life. Their job is everything to them. They use their jobs to purchase properties, homes, campers, and they're always buying things that will last and that will make them more money and things that they can survive with in case disasters happen. They're very smart about their money and their job is very, very valuable because they use their job as a tool to enrich their lives. That's why a lot of them, when they lose their jobs, they commit suicide because their job is tied to enriching their life. You have to develop, I'm not saying commit suicide, but you have to develop a mentality that your job is your best financial resource and your most immediate financial resource. And use that job to enrich your life, to improve your life, to get you the finer things in life, to get you the property, to get you the land. Once you have that mentality, that job will become valuable to you because you got plan. Did Hassan respond?
No, he hadn't responded.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You show me people who go to work with a pep in their step, and you look at the job and it's a dead end job, you think they're crazy? They're not crazy. They got a
Uh,
flipping
uh,
burgers, making shakes and pots. Hey, what are you doing?
uh, you were Borgin. I thought you was coming out of it. Hassan asked Max, ask me again.
Hassan, do you have a plan?
Excuse me. Yeah, I think that's why there be too much drama in jobs
Can you hear me?
because nobody have a plan. Oh, hey Max.
Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
And listen, don't
Yeah.
go into no story. Just stay on topic, please.
Uh huh.
Okay? Don't
Hassan
take the
said I
people in
got.
another direction by telling. Listen, if I
Uh
fall
huh.
off, do not take the people in another direction. Stay on topic.
Okay. All right. Hassan says I got this one now.
What do you say?
He said I got this one now.
This one now or this one not?
Oh wait. I got. Oh, he said I got one now.
Good, good. Watch how watch how easy it is for you to go to work once you have a plan. Because you see, we've been taught to look at our jobs as plantations with slaves and all this other nonsense that these fake ass intellectuals tell you. No, your job is your best and your most immediate financial resource. That is the way you have to start looking at your job. And you develop a plan. You don't want to work for the rest of your life. You want to live, you want to be able to enjoy life at some point. So why to that most immediate resource to accumulate and enrich things in your life and enrich your life. Become a landowner or property owner. You can do all these things if you have a plan. You develop a plan after another. You want to be a property owner? Tell me how much money that you're going to put to the side.
All right, Max, you're gonna have to repeat that. You borked out on us. The last thing we heard, if you want to be a landowner, tell me how much you want to put to the side. Huh? Shooks, you got one now, and you feel your attitude done made a 360 since Max spoke. Okay, that's good. Yeah, but yeah, your plan had always been your job was to take care of your family, you know, and now your family's taken care of, uh, and they're grown. So now, what's your plan now? And you got one, and oh, okay. Cool. Okay, $1 million all we have heard about for the last 100 years. The billionaire is the new millionaire. I brought up the time it takes to count the money to show what generational wealth. Okay, okay. Oh, you must be on a delay. All right. Are you a little bit behind where we're at right now? Okay. Well, yeah, you're right. For hundreds of years, we heard millionaire, millionaire, and now the billionaire is where the billionaire is now the new millionaire. It takes to count the money to show what generation will. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so that's the show to count for generational wealth. It takes 14 days to count $1 million by the second. So it takes 30 years to count a billion by the second. Okay. It's time to count the money to show what generational to show what generation. Okay. Yeah. Mhm. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Yeah. Well, I worked for several millionaires, and they all said they have lost all their money and made it again. Yeah. 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 Talk. Yeah. We tend to get discouraged a little too easily sometimes. Okay, something happened and the money's gone, or you had to use it for something else, or whatever. Get back up and do it again. He's able to do it one time. It just something happened. Don't let that discourage you. Don't let it get into your mind and make you not do it. You know, uh, some of our people get that in their mindset. Um, hmm. So they think that they under some weird impression that millionaires never lost money or never fell back. Yeah, yeah. So if the cupcake thing didn't work out, okay. That don't mean you give up. You just might take a step back, dust yourself off, and try another plan, or see or learn from what went wrong with the first plan. From here on, my job is going to catapult to the land of milk and honey. Uh huh. Okie dokie. So I think is to take the step. Take the step, start saving, make a plan. They made the money the first time, the second time, with their minds, a $1 billion goal doesn't have to be over your head. Okay, yeah, but we got okay, we trying to get people to get started. If they seen $1 billion, they just seen $1 billion, and and then they get frustrated because they don't see it making. But if their goal is um to buy land or buy property as their first step, and they need a goal of 5,000, they'll see that. Well, actually, the first step is to make a plan. What is it do you want to do? Do you want to, okay, pay off your car so that you have no car note? That could be a plan. Get that out of the way, you know. And then I want to own my own house, or I want to have my a house. I don't want to be renting in the anymore. I want my own house, my own place. So that could be a goal for some people. Okay, I got my house. I want to pay off the mortgage, or get out of the interest payment and get into out of the interest, have that gone out of the way, so you can, so the money put in is going towards paying it out. That could be a goal. You know, you know, if you're already doing that, it could be, okay, I want to have property where people rent from me, or I want to flip houses, um, or let's see, I'm trying to think of other goals I've heard people over the years, or I want to buy a farm. I want to have a farm, um, and but whatever it is, make a plan for it. What you Find out what you need for the down payment, or what you need to pay it off the car note, if that's the thing. You know, or how much extra I can put on the car note so I can be done with it faster. Okay, a million seconds equals how many days? Seconds equal how many days? Oh, okay. That's what you're talking about. Okay. Uh huh. Oh, hey Max. You back?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm back. Yeah, listen.
Hmm.
$1 billion is over your head right now. Okay, it's not about. It doesn't have to be over your head. It is over your head. It's way over. You know how hard it is to make $1 billion. Seasoned millionaires, experienced millionaires can't make $1 billion. $1 billion is a whole different animal on a completely different level. You don't just make $1 billion. A lot of things have to take place for you to make $1 billion. Yes, it is over your head right now. And thinking like that tells me that you're not interested in improving yourself. You don't want to work. You don't want to roll up your sleeve. You don't want to do the dirty work that you need to become successful. You want your cake and eat it too, and you want the top. You want the top before you step on the bottom. Before you walk on amongst the bottom, you want the top. It doesn't work that way. The bottom comes first, and the bottom is what pushes you up to the top. The top doesn't come first. Yes, $1 billion is way out of your wheelhouse right now. That's a whole another animal. I know a billionaire personally. Trust me. Why you think you don't have the? Very few people can make $1 billion. Trust me. Making $1 billion is not just about selling products and making a whole bunch of money. It's a whole different animal. There's a lot of stuff goes in, and then the next step up is a trillion, right? Like Century 21, who has $1 trillion in assets. One of the things about what makes it so hard about being a billionaire is the IRS take the money faster, as fast as you can make it.
Mm-hmm.
So no, $1 billion is over your head right now. And black people need to stop thinking about impossibilities. That's another thing that keeps you. See, when you think like that, it turns you into a non-productive conversationalist. That's what you become. You become a person that regurgitate wild talking points that you either heard in the street, on TV, from someone famous. Yeah, man, we need to buy back the block. Yeah, with great power comes great responsibility. Yeah, you become like a cliche of talking points, a non-productive conversationalist because you think above your head. You think above your abilities. $1 billion is so out of range for you right now. And I don't even know how much money you have. And I'm very confident in saying, whether I know you or not, that $1 billion is out of your wheelhouse. I was taught what it takes to make. I know a billionaire. I work for one. Talk to him a lot. He told me about money, how you make a billion. It's hard to make $1 billion, and then let alone make two, and then three. It's hard to make that kind of money. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Who's in the chat? What are they saying in the
Hassan.
chat?
Oh, okay. Let's see. Hadn't said anything. Well, she was explaining what she meant. With that phrase earlier. $1 million all we hear about for the last 100 years. The billionaire is the new millionaire. I brought up the time it takes to count the money to show what
Yeah, but you
generational
see,
wealth.
that's what I mean by being a non-productive conversationalist. A billionaire is a new millionaire. That's a talking point. As a matter of fact, in that style of talking point, I believe it originated on the Whitney Williams show when she said the new 40 is the new 30, 50 is the new 40. These are talking points. These are talking points for non-productive conversationalists.
She asks why.
Why what?
Just why?
Why? I need more.
Why is it
What?
non-productive?
Because you don't produce anything out of such a conversation, because the conversation itself isn't designed to invoke any movement. It's just there for talk. Like, for example, you said it takes 14 days to count $1 million. Okay. And are we supposed to do? I don't get it. And then you say it took 30, it takes 30 years to count a million. Okay, wow, okay, great to know. But since I don't have $1 billion, I don't know how much that's going to help me right now. That's what I mean by non-productive. Now, if you would have said something, now if you would have said, "Hey, here's how you can make $1 billion," now we're having a productive conversation. Go ahead, Dan.
Okay. She says not true.
What's not true? I don't get it.
Either way I expressed it is not true, or I don't know. That's too vague. I almost wish she wrote a book.
What do you mean? What's not true? I don't understand. We didn't say what's not true. I'm confused.
Talk about the $1 billion animal.
Yeah, that $1 billion animal is it's a tough one. It takes a lot to make that kind of money. You don't just make $1 billion. Okay, it takes a special kind of focus to make $1 billion. You sell product and make $1 billion because the more actually it gets worse as the more money you make. Because now you talk $1 billion, you got to go through 90 million, 100 million, 200 million, 300 million, 400 million, 500. You got to keep going. It's hard. Okay. You got to have some amazing, unbelievable strategy. You got to have a lot of things working all at once for you to land on $1 billion. It just doesn't show up like that. A lot of people conk out at around 200 or 300 million. They're spent. They don't have the mental stability that it takes to maintain and push to make that kind of money to where they accumulate a billion.
Okay. She says, so what? Maybe we have the conversation. $1 million will look a little bit more doable.
$1 million is doable. Who said it wasn't?
Okay. Either I missed something or she misheard you. I thought she was talking about $1 billion, but she's saying $1 million is doable.
Of course, $1 million is doable. Two people can make $1 million. You make $1 million over your lifetime working. Hell, you make more than that. The problem is with us, there's a lot of obstacles in our way, right? That we gotta learn how to maneuver. That's why we don't have the kind of wealth that we have. We become so needy, right? We always need something. Somebody needs that TV. Somebody needs that car. Somebody want to go to the Bahamas. We always need something. Okay. I'm not saying there's something wrong with that, but we have to learn how to. I wouldn't say go without, but we have to manage our needs. I would say it that way. I think that sounds better. Managing our needs. What do you think, Dan?
Yeah, yeah. And they use need in things that's temporary.
I know.
Hmm.
Another thing that helps black people fail in business, it's like once you make your first piece of profit, right? A lot of black folks be on some, I'm good, man. See in the club, making it rain, buying drinks, you know. He done made his first profit on his job. I mean his business. But he didn't put any money back into the business. Didn't put any money into the overhead. Didn't put the money back into the business. He out flossing. And then another thing like black people too, right, is this. We want a return on our money too fast. We have to learn how to be a little bit more patient. Okay? If you invest $20, right, don't be on some, okay, well, where's my money the next day? You know what I'm saying? Some black folks, they invest $40. The next day, yo, man, where's my money? And what are you talking about? I gave you 40 yesterday. I'm expecting 80 today. Don't work that way. You have to be patient. Let your money grow. Let your money work for you. You know? And some black people, because they have so many needs, because some of us, we just get caught up in a lot of needs, right? Because we've never had nothing, or we come from such an impoverished background, we've accumulated a list of things that we need, or things that at least we think we need. So when we get a little bit of money, first thing we go is try to satisfy those needs. Man, I need me a brand new car. Yo, man, you just made a $10,000 profit on your business. Yeah, I'm about to put that money down on a car. Now you done took your whole profit and done threw it away in the car. When you should have took that money back into your business to expand your business and do more business.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are
Yvette
you saying in the
W.
chat?
Yvette W says some people need to learn what is the difference between needs and wants.
Well, I mean, I guess you can say that.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. And some people forget about reinvesting in the
But I
business.
think but I
Hmm.
think people accumulate needs over a period of time,
Hmm.
right? Because when you home and you're going through that poverty, and maybe a couple of Christmases go by, you don't get nothing for Christmas, you can't get the kids nothing or whatever. So you start to build up that list in the back of your mind. Okay, when I get some money, I'm gonna make sure that I get my kids a gift. I'm gonna buy me a car. I'm gonna buy that shirt I've been trying to get. You know what I'm saying? So when you get some money, that stuff in the back of your mind come up.
Hmm.
You know?
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
What they saying in the chat.
Nothing for right now. Okay. So,
Keep left to I-81 South.
Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
all right. So I see. I seen. Okay, I'm understanding a little better about our mindset. Oh, Yvette W. Absolutely, individuals want all these toys. They don't think
Hmm.
about generational wealth.
Right, because at the time when you're impoverished, generational wealth doesn't come to your mind because you're poor. You're thinking about your next bowl of raviolis or the next peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or how you're going to get your kids some clothes for the upcoming school year, or how you're going to make ends meet, how you're going to put food on the table. The only thing you got left is a box of pasta and one can of tomato sauce. How you going to make it work? So generational wealth is the last thing on your mind. What's on your mind is survival. And so those things take a toll on you. And when you do get some money, you go into survival mode. You start getting all of these things because you knew what it felt like to not have them. You knew that you was almost put out on the street because you couldn't pay your rent. You knew that your kids almost starved because you only had one box of pasta left and one can of tomato paste, and you had 7 kids, right? You knew what it was like. So when you get some money, you're going to buy things and put things in place to make sure those things never happen again and to make sure you don't feel that way. And so this is the wrong mentality to have when you're going into business.
Hmm. Um, Kawan, Blue. I'm gonna just call her Blue. Okay, She says, I'm just speaking on self worth and belief. My husband is a master plumber. We plan together to sacrifice for school. He earns as much
Hmm.
as a doctor. We plan to buy our kids homes.
Hmm. Okay.
And Yvette is answering, Kawana, excellent. You plan well for your future and your children's future.
Why not let your children buy their own homes? Why not teach them the tools, give them the tools that they need to either build or purchase their own homes? I think that would be it's just my opinion. I think that would be a better gift because then, you know what? You guys mentioned something too that I wanted to address about a millionaire who lost money and ended up making it all back. You know why that happens? Because they have the right mentality about money. They develop the right mentality. Remember, I told you about the difference between you and millionaires and billionaires is focus, mental discipline, patience, right? They got the right kind of mentality. That's why they always make their money back. See, once you develop the right kind of mentality, you'll never forget. It's like riding a bike. The problem with many of us is that we have the wrong mentality about money. And we think that we need to go to someone to get money for them in order to do the things that we need to do when we already have an immediate financial resource that we call a job. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yvette W said, do both, give and teach.
Well, you see, the problem with giving, right, is that when once you give, right, then the teaching won't be received properly because there's going to be a part in the mind that's going to be relaxed because they are accepting the gift. They are appreciative of the gift, right? I'd rather teach than to give something like that. I'd rather teach them how to get something like that on their own. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking you for what you want to do. I'm just saying I'd rather do it the other way.
Keep right to I-81 South.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm not knocking what you're trying to do with the kids.
Hmm.
God bless you. You want to do that by all means.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. I guess Yvette got put one to let you know that she hear you.
And sure, Master Plumber, shit, he his own boss.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
He ain't got the one. He don't answer to nobody.
Mm-mm. Hmm.
Sure, that's what's up.
Yvette W said, if I had kids, I would do both.
Okay,
Hmm.
you at W.
Yeah. Yeah. But I know you plan on teaching your kids blue Kawan because you had mentioned it earlier. But if the teaching is they probably want to buy their own house or go into business for themselves or be their own boss and stuff like that. I don't want to get in story mode, but I know Master Palmer. His kids were instant.
Yeah, we're not gonna get into story mode, eh?
Well, okay. They got their own businesses now. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. The kids got their own businesses. Hmm. All right.
Continue on I-81.
All right. Any, anything else you wanted to add?
No, it was good having a conversation with y'all,
Okay.
and for this. We're getting ready to shut it down for the What's Your Black Man Build series, our Builder series.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and today we talked about wealth, building wealth, and how important it is to build wealth. The next one we do on this series, we're going to cover plans. You know how to make plans out of what you have, with what you have. Don't take my word for it, people. Go to bed tonight before you go to bed. Make a plan, even if it's a small plan, and watch
Mm-hmm.
how quickly your mentality changes. Trust me. Go to work tomorrow morning with a pep in your step because you got a plan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thanks everybody for tuning in and supporting us on our build series of what Black Man Should Build. In volume 6, we will be talking about plans and how to make plans, how to create plans with what you have to help enrich your life and get you out of a losing position. All right, everybody, don't forget to subscribe, share, and listen. If you're not getting notifications, unsubscribe, resubscribe, and hit the bell. Click the bell because YouTube been messing with our notifications. All right, and don't forget to support the channel. Okay, support the channel, help us grow, so we can get this thing popping for our people. All right, everybody, want to say peace, power, and unity, name. Say what you got to say, and then hit the music, and let's get on out of here.
There's nothing wrong with taking baby steps. All right. Peace, power, and unity, everybody.